The Titans sit at 5-10, and they currently hold the 7th overall pick in the upcoming draft. And there is 2 games left in the regular season. And the only thing I don't want to see is Ryan Tannehill taking the field again. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I have not gotten around to making a video as soon as I would have liked to. The game that the Tennessee Titans played against the Seattle Seahawks was on Christmas Eve. And I really wanted to make a video that night or the day after, but we've had COVID run through our family, the flu run through our family. We can't catch a break right now. I'm still a little nasally stuffy if you can't tell, but I think the light is finally at the end of the tunnel for us as a family, because man, it's hit me, my extended family, my friends. Hopefully you guys have stayed healthy over the holidays. I hate getting sick during the holidays, and I do every year between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and just like clockwork, no matter what. Rest of the year I'm healthy, but Thanksgiving to Christmas, I'm going to get it once in between there every year. But that aside, hey guys, the Titans are, like I said, they're 5-10. We hold the 7th overall pick. There's a good chance we don't win these next 2 games either. But let's dive into what happened with Seattle. The Titans lost 20-17 to the Seattle Seahawks. And just like the majority of games that has happened this year, the Tennessee Titans had a lead going in at halftime. And guess what? We still lost. It's more of the same, guys. This team can get up on anybody in the first half and then it just falls apart in the second half. Just like, no matter what, it's like clockwork. It's getting old. I'm hoping this does not carry into next season because it's carried over from last season, that's for sure. We need to stop this. And it needs to be fixed. It's getting old. It's getting annoying. Tannehill went 18 for 26 with 152 yards passing. No touchdowns or interceptions. He had a very, very low QBR of 37.8. And he also took 6 sacks for around 30-odd yards. And the only passing touchdown actually came from Derrick Henry, who also ran one in as well. I'm going to pop this fun stat up for you guys here on the screen. Derrick Henry is one of 3 players with 10-plus rushing touchdowns and 2-plus passing touchdowns. And as you can see here, those other 2 guys are Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. Now, guys, I really want Henry back next year. Him and Spears, as a 1-2 punch, and Henry still has juice. The line just sucks. They can't block for anybody. Can't run block, can't pass block. They don't block anybody. Now, what stuck out to me the most during this game, and if you guys follow me on Bleacher Report, I was voicing my opinion on there because how pissed off I was. Ryan Tannehill keeps leading his receivers into danger. He's setting them up to get hurt. Chris Moore and Treylon Burks were 2 that stuck out to me. Chris Moore especially. I like him. I hope we re-sign him. I think he can be a solid contributor. I could see him being like a wide receiver 3 or 4. But he's solid. He's speedy. He takes the top off the defense. I like him. If he doesn't get, hurt before the end of the season because, Tannehill's making sure that he's leading his receivers, like I said, into danger. If a guy's open and he's going, to the sideline, or he has a chance to catch the ball toward the sideline, do that. Don't lead him on the inside where a guy's going to crush him. Just don't do that. And this is common sense stuff, and I don't understand why Tannehill is supposed to be a veteran, and he just does this game in and game out. I forgot why I did not like Tannehill and why I really started to grow to not hate, but close. And it's stuff like this. Levis wasn't even doing that. Levis would make some bad passes, throws here and there. He's a rookie, but he's not leading his guys into stuff like that. Not in one game. That stuck out to me so much that he was doing that. You can't do that, man. It's bad enough. I don't want to see you out there on the field ever again, but I don't want you to get someone else hurt. Just sick of it, man. I don't want to see Tannehill out there. I don't. I'm over it. Please, if Levis cannot if Levis cannot be healthy for this next game, don't put Tannehill in there. Do us all a favor and put Malik Willis in there. I am sick of seeing him. I don't want to see Ryan Tannehill on that field as a Tennessee Titan ever again. And yes, you can tell I am a little emotional about it because, yes, I've never gotten over the fact that you blew our chances at a Super Bowl when we were the 1 seed either. Not going to let it go, guy. Not going to let it go. Now, I hope Levis is back this week. I really do. Now, granted, hey, I am okay with us losing this game because now we hold the 7th overall pick. We held the 5th until, strength of schedule stuff came into play and whatever else, and Chargers came up. Now, we had the 5th, now we have the 7th. So, at one point over the weekend, we did hold the top 5, the 5 pick. So, that did change. Like I said, now we're 7. But like I said, I'm a little okay with us losing, higher draft pick. But I want to see the team be competitive. And they are. They have been. But like I said, what I don't want to see is any more injuries. I don't want to see any more people on IR. Simmons, Hooker. I mean, it's just, those are big guys that are on IR. And I don't want to see it. The last thing we need to do is have Hopkins get hurt because Tannehill led him into a freaking, across the middle into a linebacker. And Tannehill, if he's out there, he will get someone injured. Now, the secondary and offensive line continue to obviously be issues for this team. We know what our needs are heading into the offseason, but I was hoping we'd find a gem somewhere. I really wanted to find someone in the secondary. Garror seems like he's doing okay. But Trey Avery, I was actually kind of high on him. But he's one of the worst corners in the league statistically. And it's at a lower snap count than the guys that have higher, like over 100 more snaps. He's given up more long catches, touchdowns. It's actually eye-popping how bad he actually is. So, yeah, Trey Avery, not high on him anymore. Now, another one I thought, might be able to show some juice here was Jalen Duncan. Now, he's not who I thought he would be, and I kind of knew that going in because we all knew he was kind of raw coming out of college, out of Maryland. He fell to like the 5th or 6th round. He was supposed to be higher due to talent, but he's raw, right? So maybe he needs a whole offseason to develop and get better. But I haven't been impressed by him at all. I haven't really been impressed by anybody on the offensive line other than Brunskill here and there, and definitely Peter Skoronski. Other than that, the rest of the line, in my opinion, they can go. Because this line has given up a ton of sacks. Way too many. Already like 6 or 7 sacks more than last season. Tannehill took 6 and we were 1 or 2 ahead. So, yeah, we're about 7 or 8 sacks ahead of where we were last season, and there's still 2 games to go. That's great, guys. Now, who really sticks out to me on this offensive line is Aaron Brewer. I don't care if he's tougher than a $2 steak, Mike Vrabel. I don't care because he allowed 3 sacks against the Seahawks. 3. Half of the sacks we gave up came from our center. And he now leads the NFL, the entire National Football League. Aaron Brewer leads in pressures allowed at a whopping 33. And that number is going to go up over the next 2 games. How can it not? Unless we bench him. And like I said, he allowed 3 sacks last week, and he's tied for second most sacks allowed by all centers at 6. He's a bad center. I don't care how people say he's a good run blocker. He's athletic. He can get to the 2nd and 3rd level. He can pull. I watched him do a center pull, and he did not get to the edge. He didn't get there. So that whole he's athletic and his athleticism is what makes us want him, and he's tough and blah, blah, blah. No, so throw it all out the window. He sucks. He should not be on this team next year. I don't even want him being a backup because if he's a backup, there's a chance he sees the field, and I don't even want him on the team. Get him off. This is where we're evaluating people. This is like an extended preseason right now. Let's just see who we want, who we don't want, and get rid of the dead weight. Rand, that's your job, buddy. But like I said earlier, I want to see this team be competitive. And they are, actually. The Titans have lost 7 games by 1 score. So we are currently 5-10. So if you flip those 7 games, that would make us 12-3. So, and that'd make us the 1 seed in the AFC. One of those games was the Ravens. We'd have the tiebreaker over them. So, hey, we're not that far off, okay? We're really not. We have dead weight. We need and some fat we need to trim for sure. That has to happen. That has to happen no matter who you are every year. You get to upgrade at certain positions. We just happen to have more holes than most teams, which is why we're currently sitting at 5-10. But the fact that if you flip those 1-score games around and we're 12-3, that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Those are the games that the Titans are used to winning, though. We are used to winning those games. We used to. I remember watching this team. We always pulled out those close games. We always came back. Ryan Tannehill had 4th quarter comebacks. We're not that team anymore. Those days are unfortunately gone. Definitely this season. Hopefully we can get back to it next year. I'm confident that we can. I don't think we're that far off. We can build it back and get back to where we were, with new names and new faces. And I'm going to deep dive that all off season long, guys. I really will. I am going to be doing so many mock drafts. I'm going to be doing who I want for free agency, who to keep an eye on. I already have different offensive lines that I hope we come out of free agency in the draft with. If we can combine, I want the offensive line to look this way or look this way. I really want Joe Alt, tackle out of Notre Dame. That's who I personally want. Now, a lot of guys might want Malik Neighbors, LSU wide receiver, and he's great. And, we do need a wide receiver because who knows what's going on with Burks. I got a signed helmet back here. Oh, speaking of that, guys, I'm going to be adding a figurine up here. I don't know when it's coming in, but I ordered a Will Levis one. That's how high I am on Will Levis. I do believe he is going to be a special quarterback for us when we can get him a line that actually blocks for him. But hey, guys, I'll be breaking down the preview for the Texans game, and let's hope that this matchup is Stroud versus Levis, what we should have saw 2 weeks ago, but we did not. Let's hope that's the matchup we get. And J.J. Watt, you are not getting the Oilers jersey, so get over it, buddy. Hey, as always, guys, we'll talk soon and tighten up.